Let's go on the other side, sir.
All right.
Back where you were before.
That's Ronald Racki in handcuffs, and he's going to jail after police say he murdered a woman named Laikyn West.
There is evidence that Ms. West and the suspect were known to each other, and they arranged to have a meeting.
But there's more. Detectives say Racki actually made a statement about murdering 4 women. I'll tell you when detectives say he made that claim as I go through Racki's time in the interview room.
Okay, listen careful. The cops pulled me over and arrested. They're going to arrest me this morning.
I'm Angenette Levy, and this is Crime Fix. You know, you really have to be careful when you're on the web. You have to do everything you can to protect your personal information. If you go on the web and search yourself, you'll find sometimes that your name and your phone number, even your address, it's all floating around the internet for data brokers to sell or scammers to steal. Our sponsor, Incogni, lets you take back control. They find which data brokers have your info and demand they remove it. When I signed up, they found more than 50 brokers with my data, and within days, it started disappearing. Setup takes just minutes. You create an account, authorize Incogni to act for you, and they do the rest. And with their new Unlimited Plans custom removals feature, you can submit custom links where your data shows up, and a team of privacy experts will remove it for you. So if you care about your online safety, and you really should, take your data back with Incogni. Use code CRIMEFIX for 60% off an annual plan. When Laikyn Marie West disappeared in September 2024, her roommate became very worried. It wasn't like the 24-year-old to leave and just not come home. 3 days went by, and then the roommate called police in Venice, Florida, south of Sarasota, to report Laikyn missing. It would take more than a year of investigation before Ronald Racki was charged with second-degree murder in Laikyn West's death.
Okay.
Let's go on the other side, sir.
All right.
Back where you were before. Just like before, be careful getting in. Use a step if you need to.
All right. Let's see here.
Might maybe slide your leg in, however.
Yeah.
So, reach over. Is it cold in here to you?
Yes, it is.
All right, so I'll try to get the air off back here.
Thank you.
I know it's like stale. Everything's metal and plastic.
I hear you. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you put stuff in there? All right, thank you, brother.
To this day, Laikyn West's remains have not been found. Local police have been working with federal agents to find her. But to understand how we got to this point, we have to go back to September 2024 when Laikyn was reported missing. As I mentioned, it wasn't like Laikyn to leave for a few days, and she even missed a planned flight out of state. That led Venice police to pull Laikyn's phone records, and they noticed that she had been talking with a man named Ronald Racki many times from May 31st, 2024 to the day that she went missing in September of 2024. A probable cause affidavit stated, on September 13th, 2024, call detail records show connected calls between Racki and West from 7:39 to 8:15 hours. Detective Kells contacted Racki, who stated he would meet West and pay her for sexual favors. Racki admitted that on September 13th, 2024, he picked up West at her Bradenton residence, drove her to Venice for lunch, and later drove her back to Bradenton. He described West as acting flaky on the drive back to Bradenton. Racki also said that West asked him to stop to purchase drugs, but claimed that he declined to do so, explaining he does not allow drugs in his car. Racki said he dropped Miss West on 5th Street in East Bradenton. Detective Kells compared Racki's account to cell hawk analysis of West's phone activity and conducted a canvass in the area of her alleged drop-off. No witnesses reported seeing West in the area. None of Racki's registered vehicles have been captured by license plate readers in the area of Miss West's alleged drop-off. Her phone records show that as she was en route to Venice, her last answered call took place at 9:27 hours. There is no outgoing activity on West's phone after that time, despite several incoming unanswered calls. All of this information was very concerning to detectives. No one had seen Laikyn West, and detectives felt Ronald Racki's story wasn't lining up with the evidence they had uncovered. Nearly 3 months would pass with no sign of Laikyn West. Then detectives found a journal that Laikyn kept, and that journal contained some revealing information. The information was damning when compared to other evidence, so detectives went back to Ronald Racki and confronted him. On December 19, 2024, Racki met with Detective Kells at the Bradenton Police Department. Post Miranda, Kells confronted Racki with West's journal entry referencing chloroform in the journal. She wrote that a man paid her $950 to allow him to chloroform her during sex. Racki told Kells that West fantasized about sex using chloroform, restraints, and a simulated rape. He went on to say that he never really chloroformed her, but admitted that he possessed chloroform and used it to clean car seats. He denied paying $950 as referenced in West's journal entry. He admitted that on September 13th that he drove West back to Bradenton from Venice in his blue truck. She performed full fellatio on him. Racki acknowledged to Kells there were red flags in his story and agreed that he might be lying to protect himself and his family. Racki admitted that he was the last person to see West alive. He suggested that West may have overdosed or had a medical condition and speculated that she disposed of her phone. Following the interview, the Venice Police Department secured Racki's office. Detectives didn't just search Racki's office, they also seized his cell phone, and what detectives said they found on his phone sounded familiar. The detectives wrote, on December 20th, 2024, Racki's phone was searched pursuant to a warrant. On the phone, detectives found photographs of West bound with handcuffs and cable ties lying naked on Racki's office desk. West is also pictured clothed, wearing blue jeans, black underwear, and bra, and a white/red-orange tank top. Hypodermic needles are visible near the computer keyboard. The metadata shows one photo was taken on September 13, 2024 at 9:59 hours. Racki's phone contained similar photos taken on September 7, 2024 of West bound in his office. In addition, Racki's phone shows searches for violent pornography and snuff-themed content in temporal proximity to the photographs of West on September 13, 2024. Detectives wrote that on the same day they searched Racki's phone and found the photos of Laikyn West bound in his office, Ronald Racki tried to end his life by cutting his wrists and overdosing. Racki's attempt was unsuccessful, and he was kept in the hospital for a time, and police said he made a statement while hospitalized about committing other murders. The affidavit states, medical records obtained pursuant to a warrant reflect a nurse's note at 2:30 hours on December 26, 2024, in which Racki reportedly said, "I killed 4 women 6 weeks ago." The RN's note states that Racki was otherwise oriented. The statement is documented as part of medical care, but there is no independent corroboration that other victims exist. That statement had to pique the interest of the detectives, but again, they say they don't have evidence that other victims exist. And there was more evidence that the detectives found suspicious about Racki's truck and a detailing they said he had done in September 2024. A man named Charles stated he deep cleaned a blue pickup truck for Racki around the September 13, 2024 timeframe and saw a suspicious stain on the truck's rear floor. Charles reported smelling an unusual odor in the truck and noted that the water from the steam cleaner turned an odd color as he cleaned the back floorboard. Racki paid cash for the cleaning, and Charles was unable to produce any written documentation for his services. Charles also recalled seeing Miss West in the area at some point, but did not see her with Racki. On February 20th, 2026, well after a year after Laikyn West vanished, detectives brought in Ronald Racki for another round of questioning.
We can take him off. We just needed him for the ride. Don't worry about that. We got a book twice the size of a phone book of rules we got to follow. It's exhausting sometimes.
Racki sits for more than 10 minutes, waiting for police to return.
Good morning.
Good morning. Got your water?
Thank you.
Need to use the bathroom at all?
Actually, I do.
All right, let's do it. To the right over here?
Right here?
Yep, right in there. Turn the light on for you. All right. Move back in there.
Okay.
Sure you have a lot of questions?
I do.
After the trip to the restroom is taken care of, the detectives and Ronald Racki settle in for a little chat.
So, one of the things that I want to tell you is that we've been doing this a long time, me and Kels.
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing this job a long time. All we want to do is help people.
Mm-hmm.
Our main goal is to answer the questions that need to be answered. Okay, that's what our main priority is. When we first talked to you, you told a lot of half-truths to us, okay? And I just want to let you know that him and I are the most fair people in this profession. You deal with anyone else, they will hang you,
Mm-hmm.
okay? So we are your best chance to help you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So from here on out, whatever we discuss, the truth will taste a lot better coming out,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Sure.
All right. Before you ask any questions, okay, I just want to go over some stuff with you, okay?
Yes.
All right. So you've done this before, and again, the only way that we can answer your questions is to make sure we go through a couple things, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you hungry at all?
No, sir.
You had something to eat already?
I haven't.
Okay. All right, Ron, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to an attorney and have him or her present with you before and during questioning. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you at no cost to you before and during questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights I have explained to you?
I do.
Okay, having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
My attorney advised me not to speak to you gentlemen.
Okay.
Ronald Racki asked for a lawyer, so the interview ends before it really begins.
So just know that I can't answer any of your questions.
No, that's what he said. I thought this was all getting cleared up.
Who's your attorney?
Eric Reisinger.
Okay. You still talk to him?
Not in a little while, no.
Okay. All right. So unfortunately, I can't answer any of your questions.
Understood, yeah. As long as my briefcase is out of the car, there's money and there's titles in there.
Yep, everything will be safe kept, okay?
Can I call my wife? She worries a lot.
Yeah, we'll make that happen.
Okay.
All right. All right.
So Ronald Racki is left to sit in the interview in silence. For nearly an hour, he waits, and then a detective comes back to the room.
Hey, just gotta do, still doing some paperwork.
Okay.
And I gotta, we got your wallet. Everything else is gonna be secured here. Okay, so you don't have to worry about anything being lost.
How about my briefcase with all the money and stuff?
It's gonna be safekeeped, it's
Okay.
kept here. We took pictures of everything,
Okay,
and it'll be in a locker here.
okay.
All right, first we'll do your wallet here. Like I said, we haven't touched anything.
Okay,
All right. All right, your debit cards are all in here, your ID. We're just gonna count out the cash together, 'cause we're.
okay. I don't even know what was in there.
Okay, well, just so that we're on the same page.
Sure.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, stuck together. 20, 40, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 340.
Okay.
Okay. And there's no knives or blades or anything in your wallet?
No, sir.
Okay. Just because if there is, the jail won't take it, so.
How long do you think before I get my briefcase back? I need that for work.
Can't say,
Okay,
I don't know. If I do something, I tell you.
I understand.
All right. I'm just gonna fill out the form here. All right, so your last name is Racki, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ronald is your proper name?
That's correct.
Okay. And your middle name is?
C.
C, is it Chester, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Ronald Racki is going to be charged with second-degree murder in the death of Laikyn West, so he won't be going anywhere with his briefcase and money anytime soon. Again, he waits in silence. Eventually, Ronald Racki calls his wife from the interview room.
Hey there. You hear me okay? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, listen careful. The cops pulled me over and arrested. They're gonna arrest me this morning. You gotta call Eric Reisinger.
Why?
For questioning, I guess. They're still, on that case. It's crazy.
Don't say a word.
I didn't, no. I told them my lawyer advised me not to say anything, so I didn't, okay?
Where are they gonna bring you?
That I don't know, probably to Sarasota, courthouse. Just call Eric Reisinger and it'll be okay. Everything will work out.
Don't say one word.
Understood, totally understood. Okay, they've find out a couple of things. They do have my briefcase and it's got money in it and titles and, no problem with that. Might find out where they're gonna take the car so you can get that, and that's about it. I don't know what to tell you, it's crazy. It's still ongoing BS, Okay?
Aren't you allowed to call Eric, or am I your one phone call?
I don't know. They just said, go ahead, call your wife, and you can call Eric, call Brian, he can talk to Eric, Okay? All right, so just slow down, everything will be okay, all right?
Okay.
Okay, love you, bye.
Despite being in police custody, Ronald Racki appears cool as a cucumber as he then takes a call from his son.
Hey there.
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Well, they pulled me over because I went through a red light, and I guess they're gonna take me in for more questioning. I, didn't answer anything, and I'm getting arrested apparently, so. No.
Answer anything.
Got
Say
it.
fucking word.
Gotcha,
Where are
100.
you going? What station?
That I don't know. I don't know any of
You
that.
call your lawyer.
Yeah, give him a call for me. No problem. He said have somebody call him if they're gonna take me somewhere,
You have the name, so you don't answer any questions without your lawyer. You tell them to contact him at once, wherever you get where you're going.
Okay, sounds,
Don't answer any fucking nothing.
absolutely.
Nothing without your lawyer.
Sounds good. I appreciate it. Take care of your mom, okay?
Alright.
Okay, love you, bye.
We won't have anything to put in it, so it's just black.
That's the way I drink it.
All right,
Thank you so
perfect.
much. Yeah.
Anything else?
That's it. Thank you much.
All right, no problem.
Ronald Racki is left to sit again, and then police are ready to take him to jail.
All right, ready? Need to use the bathroom before we leave?
No, I'm in good shape. Thank you.
Sure?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Yep, turn off. I'm gonna do the 2 cups again, so
All right.
you don't have the most flexible shoulders, so we don't want to
Thank you.
get so it's not killing you here. Hold on. How those feel on the wrist?
They're fine. Thank you.
All right. You lock them so they don't get tighter. All right, out this way. Okay. Let's go on the other side, sir.
All right.
Back where you were before. Just like before, be careful getting in. Use a step if you need to.
All right. Let's see here.
Might maybe slide your leg in, however.
Yeah.
So, reach over. Is it cold in here to you?
Yes, it is.
All right, so I'll try to get the air off back here.
Thank you.
I know it's like stale. Everything's metal and plastic.
I hear you. Thank you.
All right, so I turned off the AC back there.
Thank you.
So hopefully it kind of chills out a little bit, or
Appreciate
warms up.
it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Police announced Ronald Racki's arrest at a press conference that morning.
This morning at 5:43 a.m., Ronald Chester Racki was taken into custody and charged with second-degree murder. And you'll be able to find additional information describing that charge in the probable cause affidavit packet that we provided. We are also publicly identifying the victim as Laikyn Marie West, a resident of Bradenton. And it's important to note that Ms. West has not yet been located. Florida law does allow law enforcement and prosecutors to move forward with prosecution when evidence supports a homicide took place and we're able to identify the offender. This decision was made in consultation with the state attorney's office after careful review of all the evidence.
If police are so certain that Ronald Racki murdered Laikyn West, then why did they wait so long to make an arrest?
This investigation involved sustained, careful work over several months and extensive coordination with our law enforcement partners and the state attorney's office. Because you are being provided the probable cause affidavit today, I want to focus less on reciting facts and more on explaining how this investigation developed and how those facts were evaluated. This case began as a missing persons investigation with the Bradenton Police Department. Early efforts focused on establishing West's last known movements, her last known contacts, and whether there was evidence to suggest she left voluntarily or came to harm. As investigators analyzed phone records, digital data, and witness information, they identified who last had contact with Miss West. That investigative work led detectives to Ronald Chester Racki and to locations associated with him, including his business location.
And Laikyn West's body, she still has not been found.
Although an arrest has been made, this investigation is not over. Ms. West has not been located, and investigators continue efforts to find her. An arrest does not end this investigation. Laikyn West has not been found, and her family continues to live without the closure they deserve. Someone out there may have information that could help us locate Laikyn or provide additional answers about what happened to her. We are seeking anyone who knows something, no matter how small or insignificant, to come forward and contact Venice Police Department. Laikyn's family deserves closure, and your information could help bring that closure to them.
Ronald Racki is being held without bail. He's expected back in court in Sarasota County on March 20th. At that time, he will enter a plea. And that's it for this episode of Crime Fix. I'm Angenette Levy. Thanks so much for being with me. I'll see you back here next time.